Today is going to be our first lesson in our foundational skills. So our foundational skills are going to be anything that kind of helps us sound out words when we're reading and when we're writing, and just kind of looking at letter combinations and letters and knowing what sounds they're going to make based on where they are in a word. And today we're really going to jump back to basics, and we're going to talk about and look at our short vowels. So our short vowels are going to look like this for our vowel cards. And this lets us know that it's the short vowel sound, which is the ah sound. And the first one we're going to look at is hat, and it has the short a, ah in it. In this word, hat, the a says ah. One thing I want to show you on this is this green bar here. And right here, it just looks like a line straight across, but this is what we call a power bar. And that power bar helps us see how often this sound is used and made with just an A when we are reading and writing. And how far this goes all the way across lets us know that this is a really common way with just an A to make that ah sound. We call that the power bar. So our first vowel we're looking at is the A that makes the ah sound. The next one I want to look at is going to be that E. This is letting us know when we have that E with those lines, we're making the eh sound, like in the word pet. In the word pet, the E says eh, pet, eh. In this one, we see that power bar again, and we see that it doesn't quite go all the way to the edge. So although it's a very common way to get the eh sound, there are going to be a few other ways as well to get that sound in our writing and reading. The next one is going to be our short I, like in the word it. In the word it, the I says it. It, it. We look at our power bar again, and it's very similar to that E, where it's definitely very strong. We hear it a lot made with just the I, but it's not going to be the only way to get that sound. We also have our short O, ah, with the O, like in the word hop. You're going to see right away a big difference in that power bar where it's a lot smaller here. It's not going all the way to the edges. It's going to be pretty common. It's how that O by itself saying ah is going to be a quick way to get that short O sound, but there are going to be quite a few other ways. Directly comparing that to our short U, we have a but where the U is saying but, And you see that power bar in this one is going to be a good deal shorter. So it's letting us know there's going to be other ways to get that same sound in our language. So our quick reviews, we have words like hat, where the A is saying ah. Pet, where the E says eh. Words like it, where the I is saying eh. Words like hop, where the O is saying ah, and words like but, where the U is saying ah. With that too, one of the things we want to think about are going to be syllables. So all words are made up of syllables, and every syllable is going to have one vowel sound. Now, the really important piece that I remember is that each syllable has one vowel sound, not just one vowel sound. And today we're going to take a look at a few different words, and we're going to find where the vowel or the syllables split, and we're going to look at the vowel sounds within each syllable. The first word we're going to look at to do this is going to be the word Batman. So we can see it up here. In the word Batman, we have two syllables, Batman. It's a pretty easy breakup there that we see. It breaks up between the T and the M. Batman. Typically, when we work with these, the syllables are going to break up between two consonants. The syllables will break up between the two consonants. We have a bat, where bat is saying ah, and man, where we also hear the A saying ah. Batman. We're going to just keep going down, and we'll look at some other words that are going to do the same type of thing. After we sound out a word, we always want to put it back together. So we have bat, man, and then we want to read it quickly, Batman, and put that word back together again. The next word I want to look at is going to be the word fabric. I'm going to write the word up. Fabric. So just like the word Batman, we can identify our syllables. Fab, we hear the ah. Rick, we hear the I. Fabric. Those syllables, again, are breaking up between two consonants, between that B and the R. Fabric. Fabric. We want to put it together back pretty fast. We can identify one vowel sound per syllable to help break those up. The next one we'll look at is the word signal. Signal. We have the word signal. Signal. Sig. We hear the I. Signal. We'll break it up between the two consonants. Signal. Our syllables break up between them. Now, I do want to show you where this varies a little bit. We have words like the word 100. Now, the reason the word 100 is different is we still have two vowel sounds. Hun, where the U is saying and dread, where the E is saying eh. But one of the things we're going to notice here is we have three consonants in a row. We have vowel, consonant, 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 vowel. So we can't just break it up between those two consonants, but kind of a rule of thumb that we go by is it breaks up after that first consonant in there. So we have hun, dread, and that D and the R go in the second consonant or the second syllable together. So to quick review of those syllables, each syllable in a word is going to be made up of one vowel sound, and typically we're going to split it between the consonants. In the case where there's more than two consonants, such as in 100, it splits up after that first consonant to make our vowels. So we always want to be remembering the quickest or some of the most common ways to make those short vowel sounds with our ah, eh, I, ah, and and being able to identify those sounds within our within words and breaking up into syllables. We want to use those to help us quickly sound out and identify parts of a word.